Hello, city officials. My name is Edgar Nieves, and this is a presentation on environmental influences on offender trends and patterns. There are several environmental influences that affect offenders, trends, and patterns. In this presentation, I will name a few examples. I have chosen a few examples of the environmental influences that may affect offender trends and patterns. They include weather, social media, family, and economic status. Now let's look a little further and get to know how each influence the trends and patterns of offenders. Influence number one, the weather. Since the 1920s, geography has been trying to find a relation between weather and crime. Data show that it isn't necessarily that more crimes are linked with the summer. The connection is the warm weather in general, no matter what type of the year. A lot of the data are available for Chicago. Using the research gathered, it has been determined there isn't much relation between crime and precipitation. The seasonal cycle of Chicago crime peaks during summer months, but not all types of crime are equally susceptible to changes in temperature. Both high and low temperatures impact human behavior, but we seem to notice the impact more during the summer months. In 2015, record-breaking cold temperatures were measured across the eastern portion of the country. During this period, New York City had a 12-year span without a homicide, the longest since police started to keep track in 1994. In Boston, major crimes dropped 34% after experiencing over 6 feet of snow in the area. Many large cities in the area saw a decrease in criminal activity. The only one that rose was car theft as people left vehicles running. Influence number two, social media. Social media has become increasingly popular in the last 10 years. It has become discovered that people will form their own opinions about crime based on what they have seen or read in the media. Is social media starting to take over our preferred news source of crime? Social media has also created some new concern in relation to crime itself. An example of one of these concerns is the platforms are being utilized to facilitate a new style of crime, such as revenge porn. The public has been calling on harsher punishments for these types of crimes because it has become too common to witness this type of victimization. One of the most common crimes is the posting of videos of criminal activity. As smartphone and social media technology continue to improve hand in hand, more and more criminals are posting videos of their crime on social media. While this sounds somewhat horrifying, it is just short sighted as more and more police departments and prosecutors are able to rely on these videos to arrest and convict these criminals. Influence number three, family. Based on research, it has been found that children who have criminal parents are 2.4 times more likely to become criminals themselves when compared to children without parents. Some of the factors screened were socioeconomic statuses, education levels, teenage parenthood, child abuse, and family size. The numbers still came out that children of criminal parents were 1.8 times more likely to break the law. Where are their children getting these criminal genes from? Well, it appears that criminal gene was more frequently passed from mothers to daughters and then from mothers to sons before being passed from father to daughter and then father to son. This could be explained by the traditional role the mother plays in the father's absence. Influence number four, economic status. Economic security is a very important aspect to a family household. We often see if a household fails to provide the basic necessities to its members, then it fails to provide security against the basic exigencies of life, such as sickness, job loss, or an accident. It is not uncommon when there is poverty that it produces criminal activity. They will often work hand in hand. Sometimes children of a poor family will often run away from home so they do not have to deal with worry or irritability. These juveniles usually get involved in gang activity in order to find a place to belong. Parents may often steal in order to provide the basic necessities for their family. What we need to help the public understand is that crime is a symptom, not a poverty, not the cause of it. It appears those of a lower economic status have a much harder time escaping poverty because there are limited opportunities to get out of it. There are many environmental influences that contribute to crime trends and patterns. In this presentation, I only named a few. It is important to lock your home up when you leave and not to let everyone know where you are at times when you leave your home. Keep in mind what you post on social media websites. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and learned a few things.